so my thumb doesn't have a second joint, so all I do when it closes is it pinches.
Oh.
So that's kind of my life hack. I don't really... It helps a lot because then it doesn't... One uses that one. So,
Absolutely. You make a really cool face with your lucky fan. Can you show us that?
Yeah, so this is Squidward. He is the bomb.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Do you have any like fun life hacks to share or unique things that you do specifically in your own way because of your limb difference?
It's hard to know because we live our lives every day.
I just had a flashback from like getting out of bed until now. It's like, what do I do?
What did I do?
I don't know.
Well, you have like cool ways of like riding horses and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I have a strap that I use, and it's like the end of a dog leash, so it just like comes around, and then it attaches to the reins, and then
it attaches to me.
Anyway, it goes around, and then there's a Velcro bit that goes just kind of like in a circle on my arm, and then the other part of the Velcro goes on the part of the rein, and then I can ride English, because when I was a kid, everyone just wanted me to do Western, which is like a one-handed thing, and I was like, no, English is cool, so so then I started writing English, which is a two-handed.
Any life hacks from you, James?
I think that I don't know, maybe become accustomed to a new level of what people might consider shameful behavior. Like, because I basically just use my mouth for everything, and some like the able-bodied people find it weird, because like maybe things get a little dash of drool on occasionally, but it works really well. Like, mouths are really dexterous, teeth are really strong. Like, I can tie up stuff, pick up my backpack, and hold the bread. I don't know, just anything, and video gaming. Actually, there's a thing on the ground here, but yeah, use my mouth on that. Why not? I just play like this all the time.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe there's like some skin around the edge, but
you know, when I was younger, my parents at some point just had to say, okay, we're okay with you using your teeth. They'd be like, don't use your teeth, and I'm just like, and I would just keep doing it, and they're like, okay, sure. So you're right, like it's a great tool that like a lot of people love and use, and yeah, it's so good.
I had an artificial limb. I used to wear it up until I was about 18, when I was like, what am I wearing this crazy heavy thing just dangling off me, you know, what the heck? Like, just so I can look like other people, really, right? And I was like, this is ridiculous. This is not me. It's not a part of me. I know for a lot of people who wear prosthetics, and I love it, and it's helpful for them. But missing your whole arm, a prosthetic is just a bag of sand hanging off you. So I stopped wearing a prosthetic at about 18, 19, and I've really never looked back. I think it allowed me to accept myself further for who I am and be like, this is me, take it or leave it, but I am here and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm gonna be a part of everything. So
that's awesome.
Well, I guess one thing that I really enjoy is if I'm out, you know, at Winners looking at stuff and racking up a whole bunch of shirts and stuff to try on. This is kind of like a hook, and I can actually like hang stuff on my shoulder while I'm looking, so I still have this arm to like, you know, search through the racks and stuff like that.
That's brilliant.
I'm a cute hanger. Then post-surgery, having no arms now, in fact, just yesterday, I made a little video of me weeding in my garden with my toes. They're kind of dirty right now because I was weeding this morning again. I can't get enough of it now.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? They say to have naked feet on the earth is extremely grounding, and you're getting like the ions from the earth directly, like your shoes not interfering with that. So you're doing great things for your soul, obviously.
You know, like the one thing that I always, as a kid, was painting my nails. And I don't know if you know, but I put my knee up like this, and I'd go like this, and I'd get a long paintbrush, and I would dip the paintbrush into the nail polish, and then go like this, and because that was the only way I knew how to paint my nails, and they weren't the best, but they were at least painted.
Absolutely, that's exactly how I do it too. Yeah, just like in the thing, and like put my stump on my knee and just like kind of really, absolutely. That's great.
The other one I would do, like to pull my hair up, is I lay down with my head over the edge of a bed and brush my hair and do it that way. That was an easy one. Or you turn your head upside down and brush it. And
that is so smart. That's so smart. I think there's a lot of lucky fans out there that's going to be like, that's a great life hack.
Yeah. I should probably demonstrate one of these days. My hair is too short now, but I used to be able to pull my hair up top of the head like yours. And the only thing that I really kind of had a hard time with was trying to blow dry my hair for personal things. So I went to like Bed Bath & Beyond, and I bought one of those hair dryer stands. So it sits on my counter, and it's just a stand, and your blow dryer sits on it, and it velcros up, and so it just stands there, and you can do everything with your hair.
Oh my gosh, you've got like so many great tricks. It's gonna be so helpful.
Anatomically, things have changed again for me, in that I had to have my wrist partially fused and then fully fused in 6 years and 5 years ago. So my abilities have changed, and in some ways actually have decreased quite a bit because of that. So I guess I use other parts of my body more now to do things, like to open things, than I ever had to before. And it was for me, it was also particularly odd because I was an adult. I was some age. I can't do math. I was 28, I think, when I had the first partial fusion surgery, and I would try and do things, and it was a very strange experience to try and do something that I had normally always done, and my body would be like, no, you can't do this anymore. Your wrist doesn't move anymore. So it took probably a good year after the full fusion for my brain to realize that I had to try to do different things. So it was just I don't want to call it an out-of-body experience, but it was very odd to be in your head being like, okay, you should be able to do this, but it not working. So I guess, that's about it.
So have you invented any cool life hacks that you do differently than others because of your limb difference?
I haven't invented any cool life hacks, but since I've been exposed to this whole limb different world and limb different community, I've been more accepting of adaptive clothing. So Angel actually introduced me to the Nike Flyees with the zipper and the Velcro.
Sweet.
And before I was always wearing Converse and Chuck Taylors, but the laces would always come undone, and my fine motor isn't the best, so my laces would always come undone. Mm-hmm. That's another story from my childhood, where I used to always like slip-on shoes or Velcro shoes, but as I got older, I kind of received this message that those were only for children, and so that you had to learn how to tie your shoes, and that was always very difficult for me with my fingers, and so I would always wear laces, but I hated it. And now I'm at a point where I don't care if I wear adaptive shoes. I don't care if I wear slip-ons or Velcros. If that's what works for me.
Absolutely. It's all about your whatever feels good for your body, and that's so cool.
Off the top of my head, the biggest thing that I do differently is when I'm playing guitar, I flip it around, and so I play it Hendrix style, so I don't restring my guitars. And so if I was just to play simply left-handed, people would be able to watch my hands and know what I'm doing, even though I'm playing a left-handed guitar and most people are playing a right-handed guitar. But just having to invent my own chord formations and that playing it differently than everybody else, because a lot of the guys I play with, it takes them a while to figure out like what my right hand is doing, even because I've just kind of made up my own.
Obviously, the yoga stuff. Like, there's so many.
Yeah, obviously yoga. Yoga's a big one, but I feel like that's something that I didn't do on my own. Like, I had a lot of help in learning how to do those things. I don't know if I do, because I have to take lessons from you and watch my Stump kitchen, because I'm not very good at cooking. I never have been. Also, side note, I am a naturally born righty. Yeah, so thinking about cooking for me is very backwards. Like, I cut this how? This isn't my cutting hand, you know? Like, so I live with my parents and they help me cook, and I can make like little things like omelets and eggs over easy. Like,
which are like the best.
I can cut an avocado.
Well, that's important. That's one of the harder
Right,
things to do, so it's all you need, avocados.
Cutting
in your life.
avocados is hard. So I like stab it and then like go around, and then I stab the other side and go around.
Absolutely, that's what you do.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. Driving, I still drive a car and get my seatbelt, and I do all the things.
When you drive, something I like to do, and I'm curious to know if you do too, when I'm making a really wide or hard, like long turn, I will stick my stump in the steering wheel and I'll just do this.
I'm too afraid. I'm so afraid of. I don't, because I think I'm a little bit shorter limb than you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So like it's like that would basically be like sticking my elbow in and going like that. So I feel like I would like fly out and like turn the other way.
Yeah, you'd really have to like lean over and just kind of roll with it. Yeah,
I think I'm a pretty good adapted driver. Like I think I do okay.
Yeah, I mean you're here, so you're good.
Yeah, I drive to and from work like I drive every day, so it's fine. In my yoga practice, that's something I'm constantly aware of, is what are the poses that I can do instead of like downward facing dog where everybody is on their wrists. I'm on my forearms in what's called dolphin pose. I do that on my YouTube channel in the one video I have.
I saw it. I watched it. I loved it so much. Yeah.
Yeah, I put my forearms down on the ground instead of straining my wrists. So it's a lot of paying attention to like, okay, what today do I need to do? Do I need to wear a wrist brace during my practice to make sure that like I'm not going to walk out of here in too much pain and can't be able to drive home 20 minutes, which is not where I live. So yeah, so there are like little things that I do to try to make sure that like I'm safe for one, I'm comfortable, and I'm not in pain.
Yeah. Do you have like one of your best life hacks or something that you've learned to do because of your limb difference?
Yeah, and I just figured this out recently. So we, my boyfriend and I bought a new bed over winter break, and the flat pack boxes at IKEA are just like really hard to carry because they're like there's no real way to grab them other than like by the sides, which doesn't always work for me. But I figured out over winter break, we were in the little like lanes and we were like trying to pull the boxes out, and I was like, wait a second, I have my rosin in my bag. I use this spray rosin at Circus. It just gives my hands a little bit more tact so I can hang on a little better. And I was like, I wonder if this will work. And so I pulled the rosin out and I just like sprayed the crap out of my hands and I like rubbed them together, and it was like life changing. I was like, all right.
Stump Kitchen, gluten-free vegan eats, Stumptastic treats.